Oh, hey. Hey, didn't see you there. Excuse me. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Ellarie here. I promise I'm not naked. I just got a tube top on, okay? But today's tutorial. Too many glasses of water. I apologize. Today's tutorial is all about the Morphe 35O2 palette. This warm, beautiful gorgeousness. I asked on Twitter, and I've just been asking because I don't be knowing what to film these days, what you guys would like me to film, and someone requested a new fall look, so that is what I attempted to do, even though it turned out a little parrot slash hot Cheeto-ish, but I still think it's cute. It doesn't look as cute as it did earlier because the sun went down. It's like pitch black in this room right now besides this ring light, which doesn't make for the best filming conditions for moi. But hopefully you guys still like it. If you do, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Ellarie, and Snapchat at MISS_Ellarie. And then when you do all that, let's get into the tutorial, will ya? I really look naked. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay. I almost stopped mid-look, but I kept going and I kind of like it now. It's kind of like edgy. Oh. So let's get started. So of course, first, blah, 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 I'm gonna prime my eye. We know the drill. Before I dip into the palette, I am of course gonna add my foundation powder, just kind of underneath the brow where all my transition colors are gonna go so that they blend easier with this little powder base I'm applying. Now I'm going to go into the palette. This palette is a beauty. If you aren't familiar with Morphe palettes, I'm not sure why, but they're all pretty consistent aside from like some color choices of certain palettes. You may not like the color choices, but this is one of those palettes where it's going to get frequent use because there are a lot of great transitional colors, a lot of great shimmer pearl colors. So I think they did really well in this palette. The only color I feel like I'm missing is like, since there's a lot of like red over here and orange fall vibes, I feel like the only shade I'm missing is like a deep like berry or deep maroon or deep red to kind of coordinate with some of these like reddish shades we have here. But they do have the shade I'm talking about in another palette, but I just kind of wish, I think that's just like the only shade that I would say is missing, is like that deep matte transitional shade from like this like reddish orange shade, because all of these are kind of more on the brown side, but you know, life isn't perfect, Ellarie. So the first color I started out with, they have the names up here, but I'm sure everyone's gonna lose this, so it probably doesn't even matter to have this, but I'll just say it for professional purposes. Oh, it's backwards, hold on. Oh, it's upside down now. There we go. So the first color I'm using is called Ablaze. Little matte orangey color, and I'm using Dust Colors blending brush. So I'm just kind of blending this underneath my brow, kind of higher than I normally go, because I kind of want like my whole lids to be like a flame, like a hot Cheeto kind of. One thing I love about Morphe shadows is they're very pigmented with very little fallout. All right, the next color I'm going into is called Fire, this little matte reddish color. And I'm using Sigma's E25 blending brush. And I'm kind of just going right underneath the first shade and more down towards the crease. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Hello. What do you
Bueno. Maquillage.
Maquillage.
Makeup.
In what language?
Like Spanish and French.
All at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Maquillage.
I don't know if like the Spanish.
It depends on your accent.
Maquillage.
Maquillage is more French and maquillage is more Spanish.
What are you doing? Flamin' hot Cheetos?
That's not funny because I actually just said that I wanted to look a little Flamin' hot Cheeto-ish. And I mean, I guess it is a little Cheeto-ish, but it's cute though. I'd eat me. Pause.
I don't know.
I kept going back and forth on this next step because I really didn't need a base, but I really wanted this shimmery red and orange in the inner corners to really pop. And anytime you want to do that, even if you're using like the most pigmented shadow in the world, if you put primer, concealer, whatever underneath, it's always going to enhance it. So I needed some enhancement, so I just went back over my lid with some more of my primer and this flat synthetic brush by Dose of Colors just on my lid in the areas where I'm going to apply the orange and red shadow. In the center of the lid, I'm using Ruby, and I'm going to pack that on the center of my lid. She raised through my eyes. Alright, now I'm going to grab a different flat synthetic brush. This one is from Motives. In the inner corner, I am using Sauce. And when I get to the transition, I'm just lightly tapping over it to blend the colors into each other. I really like that red-orange transition. It's really sassy to me. Really sassy. Alright, now to add some depth. Like I said, I wanted like a deep brag. So I mixed Fire and Chestnut to kind of give me that shade I was looking for. I am also connecting these two shades to the lower lash line. Before I finish the rest of the lower lash line, I'm just going to kind of fix the blending in here, going back with the matte orange and matte red and the brushes and just making sure it's a little bit more smoother. Now, as I did with the top, I'm going to get my primer once again, and I'm just going to dab this on my lower lash line where I'm going to apply my red and orange shimmer shadows just so that the vibrancy matches the top. But in the center, I'm going to go a little further down because I kind of dragged this red shade down a little further. Like a little red teardrop. I'm going to add this red shade right below on the center lower lash line. Just kind of using the side of the brush. And then I'm going to stay right on the lash line for the orange shade. Then I felt like something was missing, like I was missing some glitz, some glam. So I grabbed this glitter from Violet Voss. It is called Penny. It's a nice, really pretty gold glitter. And I used this glitter adhesive by Motives. And I tapped kind of right over the red shadow in the center because this is where I'm going to place the glitter. I like this adhesive because of the wand. It helps you be a little bit more precise. And then dipped the brush in the glitter very lightly and dabbed that over the red shadow. Now for the liner on the waterline, I'm using LA Girl's Very Black liner pencil. And for the wing liner, I'm using Pure's On Point liquid liner. For the lashes, one of my favorite parts of this ensemble, I'm using Lotus lashes in the style Yariz. Hands down right now, these are my favorite lashes. I'm not just saying that to say it. I don't say nothing to say it. This is actually the second pair. The first pair that she gave me two. She sent me two. Thank you, Yariz. And I was wearing the first pair like consistently, but for some reason I hadn't been taking pictures, so I wasn't able to share the lashes that were looking bomb on me on Snap. And then finally, you know, when I was ready to share them, I had went to the script club and I fell asleep with my lashes on, and they woke up and they were like this. They were like throwing up gang signs. So this is my last pair, and I'm going to stock up on some more because these are my favorite type of lashes, like lash styles that are like kind of 3D and fluffy and still full. I love lashes like these. Using House of Lashes lash glue per use. And to finish off the eye, I'm just adding some mascara to my top and bottom lashes. Too Faced Better Than Sex. And that is it for the Cheeto eyes. For my lips, I was gonna go for a glossy nude. I was gonna try out the Alyssa Elf collab, but I might have got jacked because it wasn't where I put it, which usually means you got jacked. So I'm going to try out something different. Uh-oh, that escalated quickly. And the lippy is from the Lip Bar in the shade Bay Trouble. Let me see, make sure. Oh, Boy Trouble. Bay Trouble, Boy Trouble. Tomato, tomato. Let's see if I can mute it a little bit. This is the 24/7 Glide On Pencil by Urban Decay in the shade Torch. Alright, that toned it down just a little bit. About 3 notches. And that's it. I lost my light. The sun went down, but I'm going to attempt to get some cute shots. Take off my do-rag and I'll be back. So here's the final look, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you guys are subscribed to see what's next. And let me know what you would like to see next. Please let me know in the comments. It seems like people want less makeup tutorials and more like, you know, story type of things. And if that's the case, whatever you guys want to see on my channel, just let me know. And I will try to fulfill those requests. But until next time, love you guys. Mwah.